Good morning. It is Sunday, April 18th. It's a little after 7 a.m. We're going to do a kayak paddle today. We're going to circumnavigate Ball Island in Hobucken, Pamlico County, North Carolina. So it's about a 13-mile paddle. The winds today, 5 to 10 knots out of the northeast, becoming east late. We're gonna launch at R.E. Mayo Seafood. They have a launching ramp there. We're gonna paddle 2 miles down the Intercoastal Waterway, south down the Intercoastal Waterway into Gales Creek. We're going to paddle about a mile east or southeast in Gales Creek to the Bay River. Then we're going to paddle east-southeast about 3.5 miles in the Bay River to the Pamlico Sound. And then 2 miles north in the Pamlico Sound to Jones Bay. And then 5 miles northwest back to the launch point. So it's a little over 13 miles. It's a little cool this morning, shaping up to be a pretty day. It's supposed to be a high in the low 70s. It's probably high 40s right now. It's Ball Island. We're gonna paddle around Ball Island, is what it's locally known as. So we're getting close to the launch site, so in Hobucken. So we'll see you on the water. Here we are, R.E. Mayo Seafood in Hobucken. This is the launch point. We're here at the launch site. It's $5 to launch. It's in the honor system type deal. There you go. Right here on the Intercoastal Waterway. So, all right. Let's get on it. All righty. We're out of here. Beautiful morning. Ball Island right here. Get a little distance under our belt and we'll check back in with you. All right, so we're a little over a mile into it here, still in the Intercoastal Waterway Canal. You can see it's, I don't know, 1/8 of a mile wide down the canal. There's some really big boats that come up and down the Intercoastal Waterway, so I'd probably recommend a little bigger boat. Something at least 15, 16 feet on up. Could certainly be done in a smaller boat, but there is some big boats make big wakes, as well as this little. I'd probably classify this as somewhat of an open water paddle. certainly in places. You got the mouth of the Bay River, and certainly the Pamlico Sound, and then Jones Bay. All relatively open water, so recommend something a little bit bigger if you've got it. Pay attention to your winds, and should be okay. You can see the mouth of Gales Creek up ahead. Good channel marker, so we'll give you another shout out when we get up here. All right, so we've got 2 miles under our belt here. Made the turn to the southeast, entering Gales Creek. Just did 2 miles down the intercoastal, down the canal. But it's a beautiful morning, quiet, calm winds. We've got about a mile run in Gales Creek to the Bay River, and then we're gonna head east-southeast for about a little over 3.5 miles in the Bay River, so to the Pamlico Sound. Beautiful morning, Pamlico County. All right, so we're a little over 3 miles here. We're just entered the Bay River. Gonna head east-southeast about 3.5 miles to the Pamlico Sound. All righty. We're about 1.5 miles from the Pamlico Sound, exiting the Bay River. Not sure if you can pick it up. It's about 1.5 miles. There's a point dead ahead of us that we're gonna round. That's Bay Point. And we're gonna round that, head off to the north-northeast for a couple of mile run in the Pamlico Sound. So the last couple of legs are going to be into the wind. What there is of it is trying to build. Neuse River, Bay River, Pamlico Sound, usually at 10 or 11 o'clock there's a switch that flips and the breeze just turns on. So you can see the breeze building out of the, we're headed east-southeast. You can see the breeze building out of the north over here already. This is more of an open water paddle. Those that really enjoy wildlife spotting and bird watching, and it's probably not the greatest paddle for that, although there is, you can see some porpoises out here. You know, and some osprey on occasion, but this is more of an open water paddle. For those that want to spend a morning or an afternoon getting their adventure paddle on, getting their Lewis and Clark on for a few hours. There's a lot of other great areas, paddles for wildlife watching, bird watching, you know, close by. All right, just thought I'd check in with you. Breeze has gotten to us. All right, we'll get back with you in another couple miles or so. We're an hour and a half into it now. A little over 5.5 miles. Check back with you in a few. We've made the turn to the north-northeast here in the Pamlico Sound. Just left the Bay River back behind us. We've got just about a 2-mile run, and then we'll hang a left to the west-northwest in Jones Bay. About a 5-6 mile run up Jones Bay. So, beautiful day. This is a great paddle. Anything from light and variable winds to 5 to 10 knots like it is today. Perfect place. Perfect paddle for that. You start getting to 10 to 15 in the open water. There's so much miles and miles and miles of open water for the waves to build. Although there's not a lot of wind at 10 to 15. There is the Pamlico Sound and the mouth of these rivers feeding the Pamlico Sound are so shallow, the waves can build quickly, and they're in rapid succession. So just something to be aware of. If you come into Pamlico County and wanting to paddle, have you several paddles mapped out? So just go pick you out a paddle that's more conducive to the winds that you're going to have. Like if it's going to be coming down in a month or so, you obviously don't know what the weather's going to be like, but you can have several paddles mapped out. You know, an upper river paddle where it's really sheltered. If you're going to have, you know, 10, 15 to maybe 20 miles an hour, 20 mile an hour winds. It's going to be light and variable to maybe 5 to 10 knots at the most. Pick you out an open water paddle, but have options. Have options. So just thought I'd share that with you. All right, Pamlico Sound. We'll get back with you shortly. All right, 7.5 miles. About a little less than 2 hours here. See the Boar Point, B-O-A-R, Boar Point up ahead. That's where we're gonna hang a left to the northwest. Just thought I'd give you a look at that. Breeze is slowly building. Slowly building. Probably 6 to 8 knots. Making the turn into Jones Bay here. A lot of duck blinds on Ball Island. A lot of duck blinds. There is a bald eagle perched on that duck blind. What did I just say about not spotting any wildlife? How beautiful is that? There he goes. Shucks. I can actually see the Hobucken Bridge up ahead of us. It's about 5 miles up there. Dead ahead of us is Maiden Point. M-A-I-D-E-N, Maiden Point. Not sure how well you can see it. There's a duck blind on it. It's probably 3/4 of a mile up there. The breeze is filled in nicely. 6 knots or so. When you get a really strong wind coming across a bay like this, go to the lee shore. In this instance, the right bank over there. Give you a lot of protection when you've got a 6 to 8 mile paddle up a bay or river. If it's a really strong wind, I mean, this is a pleasant breeze, but if it's white capping and rough, get in the lee of the land. Might have to paddle a half a mile or a mile into the wind, but it'll afford you a lot of protection. So, not a lot of getting out and stretching your legs on a paddle like this. You can get out. You gotta pick your spots. The marsh area. Really, really need to. Otherwise, just squirm. Squirm in your seat. And get to where you go. Alright. Checking in. We'll get back with you shortly. There's the launch site. R.E. Mayo's Seafood. Dead ahead of us. 12.5 miles so far. Looks like we're going to be just shy of 13 miles. But here we are. Intercoastal Waterway. This boat here is headed north on the Intercoastal. Y'all come on down to Pamlico County. Get your paddle on. Thank y'all for watching. I really do appreciate it.